sleeping. It's about 2:40 in the afternoon and he's working nights. So now you've seen me 3 vlogs, 3 different stages. First stage was full makeup. Second stage was still wearing part of yesterday's makeup, but half of it's gone. And this is no makeup. So now you know my big secret. I really don't understand the big deal that surrounds makeup. Most people look just fine without makeup. I wear it because I like it and I like the way that I look, but I don't feel like it's a crisis level situation if I have to go out without makeup. Like I said in the first video, I probably wear no makeup a lot more often than I wear makeup. I'm getting ready to head out and run some errands, and I'm gonna go ahead and put some makeup on. And I thought this would be a good opportunity to try that snap transition that I see people do and see how difficult it really is. So I'm gonna go get ready, and now you can see side by side the difference with the makeup. Did it work? Might have worked. I don't know. We'll find out. If not, I can do other things. So now we're gonna do exciting things like go pay the electric bill and grab some groceries. I'm gonna make some taco chicken soup, so I'll show you how I do that. Other than that, there's not a whole lot going on today. I spent all morning pretty much. First I got up early and I managed to dye my hair. You'll see no scary roots anymore. And then same friend I mentioned before came over. We're doing this thing almost daily actually, where she comes over to my place or we go to Starbucks or McDonald's or somewhere and sit down, and because we're both trying to write, and if we both have to show up for an appointment basically that we've made with each other, we get more done. It's a lot easier to push everything else to the side and think, okay, well, we'll work on that later this afternoon or later tonight. Right now we're writing. So she's got a book she's working on, I've got a book I'm working on, and the goal is we're going to make a weekly goal, and if we reach our goal each week, then we take a day in the evening on the weekend and we can sit and binge watch. Right now we're watching Burn Notice because I have that on DVD and she's never seen it, so that's our reward. So anyway, that's what's going on here, and it's time to go do fun things like make dentist appointments and go grocery shopping, pay electric bills. See you in a bit. Those are some of the first changing leaves I've seen. It's here. Fall is really happening. My warm weather will go away. Also, glasses switch. You haven't seen these ones yet. These are my ones for far away so that I don't do things like kill people and run over small children when I'm driving. So, fall is here. The leaves are pretty, but I like warm. I'm a whiner that way. remembered something else I was going to tell you guys. I am giving very serious consideration to the thought of dyeing my hair either pink or lavender, since we're kind of in an in-between stage in things right now, between one thing and another, seasonal work, moving, and especially with jobs. The last job I had, I probably could have gotten away with dyeing my hair funky colors, but I just wasn't sure, so I didn't mess with it. Plus, I've been dyeing my hair blonde since last fall, and it took a good 6 months to really get it the right color that it is now. Naturally, I'm brunette. This is my natural hair color. Thankfully, it goes with the blonde hair just fine, since dark brows and blonde hair is a thing these days. But anyway, think about it. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Would I look better with lavender hair or with pink hair? I was going to buy it at Walmart today, but then I realized I left my fun money at home, and I actually left the food money at home also, because too many different directions at once, and I'm not very good at remembering details when that's happening. So it's already going to be a little bit of a headache for Thomas to sort the money out. We use envelope system, like an envelope system for our budget, like what they talk about in the Dave Ramsey programs. And it works really, really well. I would highly recommend it. The only times we have issues with it is when I do things like this, and then I'm really, really grateful that Thomas is so good at numbers and he's so patient with me when I do things like this, because I drove all the way up here to the other end of town, all the way, 15 minutes. It's a really long trip, and that's with traffic. So I wasn't going to drive all the way home to get the cash, so I used the debit card, and he's going to have to take the money out of the food envelope and put it in the bank, and it's a little bit of a process, but he handles it very gracefully when I screw up. I'm really lucky to have him. So anyway, I got the shopping done, I got the electric bill paid. It's a beautiful day outside. It's like 75 degrees and bright and sunny, and there's a nice breeze. So now I have to go home to the basement and I'm gonna start making the chicken taco soup so you can see how I make that. So I am finishing some graphics work, and that's probably gonna about wind it up for tonight. I have a couple hours worth of stuff on that, and she just called me, or not called, she emailed me this afternoon and asked for another ad to be done on short notice, so kind of took away from some of the other work that I could do for them today, but such is life. It wasn't a hard job to do, it just took an hour to put it together, barely. So go ahead and take a look at what I did today. I'm really happy with these ads. After and kind of while I was putting together that taco chicken soup, it's still cooking, and I will actually put that video together, I think, separately, because I don't want this to run really, really long. So I will do them both, and the taco chicken recipe and video is coming in a day or so. As soon as you see this, you have another day to wait, and then you can have taco chicken soup. So that is about all I have for you today. Oh, I guess I could show you. That was the first, see? That was the first piece of art that ever won me a legit blue ribbon. I made that painting back in 9th grade. And I've got sketches on the wall all over the place, and that's a paint rag that I couldn't throw it away. It was so pretty. It was full of paint and I couldn't use it anymore, but the colors are really pretty, so I just hung it on the wall. And abstract assignment that I had for a 2D design class, and greeting cards that I've done for people. And that is, oh my goodness, I can't get the phone squared. There we go. that is a scarf that a good friend of mine got me for my birthday a couple years ago, and it's so pretty. I hung it on the wall so I could see it. Every time I walk into my office I think, ooh, pretty. So anyway, there's printing supplies for when people order print graphics work and such. My desk, Coastal Living magazines. You can see I've been Florida obsessed for quite some time. Other than that, nothing too terribly exciting. There's my monster printer, and let me explain the box real quick. Because my husband is a Mountain Dew addict. It's his comfort food of choice, aside from Gatorade, chocolate muffins, and ramen noodles. So I took one of his boxes, I cut a hole in the top, and it's full of all these little pieces of paper. And I keep a pen and a stack of these pieces of paper on top. And when I have a day where I'm just really not doing well with a structured schedule, and I only do this if I have nothing that is super, super time sensitive that has to be done like the next day, I write all the stuff that I'm working on, all the projects that I want to get done, the chores, house chores that need to be done, and even silly things like, hey, cut your fingernails, you psycho, you're starting to look like a weird hobo. And it's sad that things like that have to make it onto a to-do list before they get done, but it's just kind of the sad truth of the matter. So all of those jobs, and I throw some fun things in there too, like play a video game for an hour, read a book for an hour that's just something you want to read for no other reason than you want to read it. Go take an extra walk, you know, watch an episode of something you really want to see. And I mix them all up and I put them in that box, and on a day I'm not doing so well with a structured schedule, I will draw things out of that box. And I usually, unless it's a day I'm taking completely off, as a day off, I continue to pick from the box until I have 2 semi-time consuming things that are legitimate work, plus 1 fun thing, and then if there's something else that comes out that's like go take an extra walk or do crunches or do yoga for 20 minutes, I'll keep that in. And so then that's what I do for that day, and it just kind of takes all the stress of deciding what I'm going to work on, deciding what I'm going to do off of my shoulders, because the box has spoken. So just a thought, if you have some of those same issues, you could try it. And you don't have to even use the classy Mountain Dew box I have. You could have a legit document box that's all nice and smooth and looks better, looks a little less like trash sitting on top of your printer someday when I get moved. So anyway, now you've kind of seen my office. It kind of looks like I'm living in a sketchbook. There's a painting that I'm not quite done with. Someday I will finish it. And I'm actually sleeping in my office right now. It's kind of strange. I'm spending most of my time in my office because I work here and I sleep here. See, I have a Japanese futon on the floor back there. Apologies if the fan blowing on my computer is causing extra wind noise. So that's a legit Japanese futon that we ordered, and because Thomas is working nights and I'm working days, and all the work I need to be able to do is back here, he sleeps in the front room on our mattress that's on the floor up there, and I sleep on this futon back here. And it's worked out really well so far. That's what's going on. You've now had a minor tour of my studio slash office slash corner of the apartment where I live 24/7 nearly. Come on back tomorrow for the taco chicken soup. Bye.